Hi, Tim Yao here, Community Pioneer in Roundhouse Park in Cringleford, and welcome to this week's edition of Cringleford Assembly. I don't know about you, but I'm saddened when I hear the news at the moment about the ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestine. To start us off with something filled with hope, we start with a snippet of a track from U2, One, in there, but this is a acoustic cover version by EVA PLANKTON Duo from 2020. I hope you enjoy it.
One love, one life, this one need in a night. One love with each other, sisters, brothers.
That was the EVA PLANKTON Duo covering the 1991 version of U2's One. We are one. And that's what we hope for in this world. We are one human race, one humanity. And yet we live with conflict all around us, conflict in maybe our own families. But this current rise in tensions and fighting in the Middle East has just brings it home really clearly that there's always been violence and there always will be violence. This current state of conflict, I mean, I'm no expert, but when we go back to World War II and the post-war, the creation of an Israeli state, the displacement of Palestinians, Arabs from their lands, and it just began the conflict. It didn't start well. And today we still live in the repercussions of that. Recently, I don't know if you've been just appalled and shocked by the scenes of crumbling buildings, rocket attacks from Hamas and retaliation from Israel. In one sense, it's human, it's understandable to feel that there's a kind of tit for tat. So you hurt me, we're going to hurt you. That's something we see in human history. But we long for peace. It's easy for us on the outside to look in and say, why don't they just sort themselves out? But to live with that history of ongoing killings and injustices, it's hard to unpick it all, almost impossible. Recently, because of tensions rising, Hamas launched over 200 rockets into Israel. And of course, there was retaliation from Israel back into Palestine, especially in the Gaza Strip. Those scenes of crumbling buildings and the stories of children dying, it really hits home when you think about our own families. And if we lived in that situation, how would we cope? This is an ancient story that goes right back, and even as the story of Jesus, when he kind of moved by absolute compassion, moved by a kind of strong emotions, it says that when he came close to Jerusalem, he saw it and he saw the city ahead and he wept over Jerusalem. He said these words: "How I wish today that you of all people would understand the way to peace. But now it's too late and peace is hidden from your eyes." What is the way to peace? Well, Jesus sums it up in his life and his teachings, that we need to love one another. We need to do to other people as we want them to do to us. We need to offer hands of friendship. We need to go the extra mile. We need to show mercy, kindness, love, and compassion. And sometimes you have to be brave to offer that first hand, to be the first one to make the move for peace, even though there's such a weight of hurt and bitterness. But, you know, it's easy for me to say these words. I've not lived through people killing my family and friends and neighbours. So I say it, you know, I say it with hope in my heart, and I say it for all of us that we, you know, it's easy for us to throw out thinking this is what they should do, but all that we can do in the end is hope, and we can pray. So I've got a prayer for us right now. I don't know if you're a praying person, but this prayer is especially for the peace between Israel and Palestine. This prayer is written by Canon David Long. He was the former chaplain to the Archbishop of Jerusalem. So if you agree with the sentiment of it, you might want to just pause for a moment, still your thoughts, still your mind. And if you want to, you can say Amen at the end, which means let it be so. So let me pray. May the gentleness of Christ prevail through the pain of conflict and mistrust. May the presence of Christ heal the wounds that are inflicted. May the hope and courage of Christ be with all who are desperate and dying. May the truth of Christ enlighten those in positions of authority to seek new ways of living that foster harmony and mutual respect. And may the peace of Christ dwell deep within the hearts of all in this land of the Holy One. We ask this and all our prayers through the same Jesus Christ, whose way is the most excellent way of love. Amen. Well, that's it for this week's Cringleford Assembly. And I pray that for all of us, we'll look for peace in the Middle East. That's it for now. And if I don't see you soon, I'll see you next time. Bye.